My name's Rosa, and today we're going to dive into expired listings, the fastest source of listings in existence in real estate. It's the only lead source where you can call the morning and take a listing that afternoon. If you like what you see, subscribe. Thank you, and let's dive in. Pivoting to their motivation. So now what we're doing is we're moving to their motivation. Nobody lists a home just to list a home. That's weird. Just have random strangers walk through your house. People list homes because they have a goal to sell. There's a goal. If they're an investor, it's a goal to liquidate the equity, to get the equity out. But nobody goes, oh, let's just see what happens. They do, but they have a goal in mind. Your job is to connect with it. I'll say this later, but I'm going to say it now because it's that important. 3 things that you need to know in every conversation. Why are we selling? When do we want to be closed by? And how much pain are we in if we don't close by then? Which is motivation, pain. Why, when, pain. How screwed up is your life if you don't sell? And that kind of goes back to the conversation we were having earlier. I understand you want 850. The market is showing 800. And I get that you're willing to go to 830. And yet, let me ask you a question. If your home is still on the market in 60 days, does that pose a problem? Or if you knew that in 60 days, the market wouldn't be 800, it would be 775, would you reconsider knowing that you need the equity to buy your next home? Why are you selling? When do you need to do it by? And what happens if you fail? Our job is to connect to their motivation and use it, grab it, hold on to it to help them make the best decision because they're going to use emotion. My house is better, which isn't a logical answer. We got to keep them in logic. We have to keep them in understanding that there is the buyer who decides the value. There's the buyers who decide if they're interested in seeing it. And it's our job to connect the market conditions with their timeline and helping them see that what they think is best may not be best for them, which is pricing high or working with somebody else. So the key questions: had the home sold, where are you moving to? Had the home sold, where are you moving to? What was the reason you were moving in the first place? When do you want to be there? Had the home sold, where are you moving to? What was the reason you were moving? And when did you want to be there? If they hesitate or say, I'm not sure, I really don't know anymore, fire back with this. What happens if you don't sell? Have the house on the market, yeah, what happens if you do sell? If you don't get the equity out? The moment that a seller, a person who's trying to sell their home, starts talking about their original motivation, you've reinvested them in the process because you got them talking about it again. You got them reinvested in the process when most other agents are just talking about what they can do. I can do this. I'm the best. I can sell your home. Connect with their motivation. Connect with what it is that they were trying to do. When you have an emotional person on the other side, mean, aggressive, angry, acknowledge it. Meet them where they are. I know how frustrated you are. I feel the same way if my home sat on the market for 6 months. Align with them. Sounds like you expected a different result or a different outcome. It sounds like you expected a different outcome. What do you think stopped your home from selling? Shift to a solution. You have every right to be upset. The good news, the right strategy changes everything. Let me show you how we have successfully closed 100 transactions in the past 12 months. Let me allow you to be one of the next 8. 8 times 12 is 100. If you're part of a coaching program, use the coaching program's numbers. If you're part of a team, you use the team numbers. If you're part of an office, use the office numbers. Pain equals motivation. Emotion means urgency. If someone's emotional, it means that they care, they're hurt. And a seller who isn't emotional probably isn't motivated. And a seller who's fired up needs a leader, and that leader can be you. and should be you when you align with their frustration and offer a solution. And you are the solution. Energy and confidence. This is where most agents fail when trying to convert expireds. They don't have zingers, like, you're the 30th person to call. Hey, what do I win? Immediately. Not even slowing down. Or hey, I know exactly how to get them to stop. May I share? List with me, I will tell them all to stop. Hey! Boom, and then just get back into script. These are zingers. Things that you just get out, pattern interrupt. Number 2, agents don't have their dialogues in front of them. So they, well, like, and they stumble through what they think they're saying, but they're not, because they're thinking of what to say and they're nervous and the energy came at them versus just reading. Practicing, reading, and just providing a solution. Number 3, they don't bring a clear plan, a clear, different plan. They just simply talk about, well, I'm different. Versus, let me share with you exactly what we do differently. And number 4, you don't match their energy and emotion. If it's an older person, lower it. If it's an aggressive person, match them. To win at expires, we have to have a system. And a system is doing the same thing every time for everybody. A system, a process, like McDonald's. You get a Big Mac, boom, it's the same Big Mac every time. It's a system. So, what does the system look like? Number 1, you wake up every day knowing that a house is coming off the market. Every single day, 7 days a week. January 1st, the best day to call all year. They call with confidence, no hesitation. And they understand that every single call can turn into a listing. Every single call can change the course of your career, as long as you can connect with them, help them solve their problem. So your number 1 competitor in expired listings is the previous agent, which is why speed to expireds is important. Being the first person to call. Because the previous agent is your number 1 competition, which is why when you call expireds, you hear more than not, I'm just gonna relist. I already have an agent. That's their default answer, unless you give them a reason not to list with their previous agent. If you sound hesitant, they're gonna believe that their previous agent is the safer bet. If you sound certain, you can get them to second guess the decision. So let's break this down. Always be the first, be the best, call early. In a TCPA compliant manner, call early. Call with confidence, and if you don't sound like the solution, they won't think you are. Get to the point. They're already bombarded with calls. Get to the point. Stand out by being direct and bring value immediately. So there's 3 types of expireds. We're pivoting. 3 types of expireds. Number 1, new expireds, 24 hours. They just expired at midnight. These guys have high urgency. They also have the most people calling them. The key is to be the first and stand out immediately. The second type of expireds are 2 to 7 days. Their frustration is high, but they're still evaluating options because they haven't listed and they need a fresh perspective. And these guys, you want to ask, what have you learned through this process? Because they got bombarded with calls already, they were listed, and they haven't made a decision yet. So what have you learned? What has your experience been like? And remember, they're frustrated, as they should. Then you have old expireds. And these are folks 8 days to 2 years back. These guys, they may have given up, but life circumstances may still require them to sell. These guys might just be frustrated and just say, you know what, just not right now. And then you call them 2 weeks later and they're like, you know what, yeah, I got another notice in the mail. Yeah, I'm ready to meet. And here we reignite their motivation and we show them how the market might work in their favor. We can say something like, I saw your home was listed last year and it didn't sell. Have your plans changed, or would you consider diving into the market? If your home sold, would that be of interest to you? So where do we find expired listings? Well, we can use services like Mojo, RedX, Vulcan 7. We can do a multiple listing search, multiple listing service search, MLS search. And you always put the day before to pull the expireds because it's midnight, so it's yesterday. We can door knock, see it, and go door knock. So with expireds, we can drive an extra 60 minutes out, like Boca from here, or Boynton, or South Miami. You could ask yourself, are we tracking our return on investment and return on energy, ROE? Return on time, return on investment, return on energy. And ask yourself, if I stay in this tight little area, but if I expand, how much money am I leaving on the table if I stay in a small little area? Especially as a new agent, because at-bats are at-bats. Your ability to go have an appointment, you can always refer it if you get it. You can always refer it if you didn't want to service it. Let's talk about practicing methods, getting better at dialogues. Best practicing methods. I got 7 of them. Number 1, memorize, then internalize. So I'll give you an example. Who has memorized the ABCs? A, B, C, D. Okay, all right, you guys got it. But I'll bet you haven't internalized it. Let's do it backwards. Z, exactly. That's the difference of memorization and internalization. Internalization means you got it, you can flow. X, R, T, Z, S, D, and hit all letters. That's internalization. So when you think you got the script down, no. You might have memorized it, but now you have to internalize it, which means you can make it a flow. It's a conversation. Let that one be one of your biggest ahas today. Number 2, understand the logic of why you say what you say. When I teach Ask Lee Anything, you see, the purpose of it is for you to ask me why we say what we say. Because you have to learn why you say what you say, not just to say it, so that you can help them understand how you can help them. When they feel you're interrogating them, they will react a certain way. So number 3, understand that the client will believe the truth when you do. When you believe that you can truly help them, they will believe that you can truly help them. So number 4, know what is true and convey it professionally. Number 4, know what is true and convey it. Let them feel that you believe that you can help them. You'll hear me in the next segment for sale by owners that I will sell your home for more than you can. I 100% believe that I can sell your home for more than you can as a for sale by owner. So we'll get back to that one in the next segment. So number 5, learn to create additional scripts by listening to what they say, what the consumer says, and respond logically. Number 6, when you do all of these, appointments will come naturally. People saying yes will come naturally. And number 7, learn to ask questions that make them feel that I know how they feel.